Yeah, so with the back testing session, you first of all, what you have to do is find our directional bias on the H4 time frame. Then we take our entry. If H1 gives us an opportunity, we take it from there. If M30 gives us an opportunity, we take it from there. By the 15-minute time frame, we will be considering it, but not as much. Yeah, so someone asked this question. Someone asked this question. Let me on my YouTube. So let me, if the person is here, I'm going to reply here. I'm going to respond or reply here. Someone was asking today, the video I posted on YouTube today. Let me respond to the person here. He said, the person was saying, your experience is indeed top notch. Quick question for you, mentor. Is it advisable to prioritize M5 bullish engulfing candle over 15 minutes or M30 with regards to entry confirmation on gold? Okay. Yeah, that's a nice
M30.
question. Are you here? Is the person here? Is the person who asked that question here? Okay. Yeah, so when it comes to entries, okay, the reason why sometimes I prioritize or sometimes I decide to use some time frame over some time frame is because of what? It's because of the chances of it playing out. Some of the time frames are having weaker confirmation.
Baby,
Maybe
my baby, my baby, my baby.
please, if your background is noisy, kindly mute yourself. If you have any question, then you mute yourself so that you have a convenient conversation over here. Yeah, so the reason why most of the times I decide to use some time frame over some time frame is because some time frames are having weaker confirmation. So when I talk of weaker confirmation, that means the probability of it playing out is very low as compared to some time frame. So let's say maybe I want to take a buy. If you are considering or if you are taking the M5 into consideration, you are going to have some maybe two losses, three losses before the trade will move in your favor. But if you take M30 time frame, maybe your losses are going to be only ones before the trade will move in your favor. Or sometimes too, it's not you are not going to, you are just going to straight take a win. Okay. And when it comes to the lower time frame, the advantage over the lower time frame is what? You will be quick, you will be quick to get the entry. You have a better entry, okay, with a better stop loss, as in your stop loss is going to be low. Okay, so most often I don't like using M5 because and the lower time frame because and the 15-minute time frame sometimes because the chances of it playing out is very low. Okay, the chances of price moving in your direction, even though sometimes everything is going to move in your favor, all right, but it will have some failures before the thing will move in your favor. And if you are a beginner and you start using the lower time frame, it might frustrate you. Okay, it might frustrate you. You will end up losing confidence in your system. Imagine maybe if you are a pro trader, you've traded for long and losses are you are immune to losses, you're okay with losses. With that one, it's cool. But if you are someone who is like a beginner, if you are a beginner and you start taking multiple losses, you start to lose confidence in your system. You start doubting yourself. Am I even on the right track? Am I doing the right thing? You get it. But if you are someone who is like you've traded for long and you understand the nature of the game, you are okay. You know one win is going to cover all your losses. With that one, you can be practicing on the lower time frame. But if you want your win rate to improve, or if you want your win rate to increase or move up, you can be what? That's why I take the M13. Most often, I consider the M30 time frame. Okay, that's why. So if you are here, that's the answer to that. Yeah, so let's do some back testing. So this is what you are going to be back testing the lending session and what the New York session. Okay, so you have specific time that you are going to be paying attention to, or you are going to be trading the market to as well. Yeah, so if you take, let me send this one to this guy. So if you take, you are first of all going to determine the directional time frame. Okay, you are first of all going to determine the directional time frame. So after determining the directional time frame, then you what? After determining the directional time frame, then we move to the entry time frames. Okay, so let's start. So what time is this? You need to first of all consider the candle. Okay, you need to first of all check out the candle. Okay, so what time is this candle? Let's check. That was 7. So this is Asian session candle. So we will fast forward price. So what's 21 is Asian session. So this is 1. Okay. All right. So 1 p.m. This candle is going to close at 5. You get it? This candle is going to close 5. And 5 a.m. we are heading towards the New York session. So after this candle close, we can trade the next candle. So let's first of all do our back testing. Okay. So let's change
Okay,
this.
sorry, sir.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know how do you know when that particular candle is going to close in a specific time?
So it's 4 hour time frame, and every 4 hour a new candle forms and close. A new candle close, a candle close and a new candle form. You get it?
Okay. Yes, sir. Understood.
Yeah. So
So I'm talking about the session. How did you not know the session that this one is Asian session and this other one is
it's the timing. So I check the candle. So if you check this candle, if you place your cursor on this candle, you notice that this candle. So if you place your this thing, your crosshair on this one, you notice that if you check down, you see Tuesday, 1st August 2023. Have you seen it?
yes, sir.
Yeah, so 1. So that means this candle started forming at 1 a.m. You see 100. It started at 1 a.m. So if it is H4
Okay.
candle, if you with H4 candle, that means every 4 hours. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to close at what
Okay.
time? 5.
5. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you
Okay.
add
It's
5 to it.
understood.
Yeah. So it's
Oh,
going to
thank
close
you
at
very much.
5. So that means we can trade the next candle. Okay.
Okay.
So let's plot
Thank
out
you.
our candle.
Okay.
Let's plot out our zones. This is how I mostly do. Yeah. So first of all, let's determine the directional time frame. So with this one too, with the dynamic support and resistances, those maybe double touches over here. Okay. But that's not what we mostly consider. But you can use the trend line to as an additional confirmation. So this candle close at what? 5. Okay. If this candle close at 5, the next candle is going to head to where? The next candle, maybe since it closed bullish, okay, this candle closed bullish, so it can fill this zone. So what's the trend? So you need to ask yourself, what's the direction of the market? So price is a downtrend, made lower lows, lower high. So this is not the time for me to show you how to identify the trend. Okay, so that's why I mostly do the
Uh,
training so that you join.
Coach,
Yes, sir.
that candle is it not rather closing at 1 for
Which
a new the very one you say will close at 5?
this candle?
Uh,
This candle started at
has it not
1.
closed yet? It started.
It's
Is it
mostly if you place it on it, it mostly gives you the time it's closed. You see this candle 21.
uh,
21 is what time? You subtract
that is 9 p.m.
9 p.m. Okay,
Yes.
so
So the
9,
9 p.m.
10, 11, 12, 1. You see, if you add 4 to it, it's going to be 1. So 1 is the closure. So if this one close, the next one is what? The 1 a.m. candle,
which will close at 5.
5. So we are taking this one as it's going to close what? Bearish. This candle is going to close bearish at 5 because this is a closure candle. It's going to close bearish at. If you want to see the ongoing candle, then you have to move to the lower time frame to see how it will it will be moving. But this one has already closed. But it
Close.
started forming at 1, so it's going to close at 5.
Okay.
Have you gotten it?
Yeah, yeah.
So if you this one started forming at 9 p.m., it's going to close at what? If you add 4 to 9, it's going to be what? 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. It's going to close at 2 or 1. Yeah, 1. So
1.
you see the next one started 1. So this one, if 1 is going to close at maybe 5, this thing. So that's how it works. So let's
All right.
determine the directional bias. I hope you've gotten it.
Yeah,
If
yeah, yeah.
all, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's
So
determine our the directional bias. What's the directional bias for the directional time frame. Let's first also pattern. How did the previous candle close? This candle closed bearish. Okay. How and what is the pattern structure? Is making lower lows and lower highs. So the trend too is also what? A downtrend. So this one we call it complex structure. Okay. You call it because it's not making lows. It's not making lower low. It's making lows. This low is lower than this. This low is lower than this. So it's still what? A downtrend. It's not an uptrend. So pattern structure is a downtrend. Candle, the previous candle closed bearish. So you can be looking for a sell. So it's very simple. If you move to the lower time frame, just it's either you see a resistance, a support, then you take a breakout to a sell, or maybe you wait for a pullback. Okay. So this is what I'm saying. If you move to the lower time frame, it's either maybe price has formed like this, then you wait for what? A breakout, then you take a what do you call it, for a zone to fill. Okay, you either take a breakout, or maybe you wait for what? Price to pull back, create a resistance, then you take the continuation. These are the things when you move to the lower time frame you are going to be looking for. Okay, these are the things you are going to be looking for. So let's see, maybe let's see if you will get something like this. I said you're either going to wait for what? Look for what? A breakout or what? A pullback. So let's move to the H1 time frame. So this level is no more valid because the candle has closed below. So this one is no more valid. So this one is a valid level. This one is a valid level. This one is a valid level. So apart from that, you don't have any zone. So let's move to H1 time frame. So what time is this? 4 a.m. So you see, if you are within, because I'm not awake during that time. Okay. So the breakout that I was talking about, you have a breakout over here because our direction is pointing down. So we can take a sell if we are supposed to be in what? Suppose maybe we are in volume, like we are in the time that I mostly come into the market. I would have taken what? A sell over here. Okay. I would have taken a sell over here. But so let's see. But I'm mostly not. I'm mostly not present during that time. But let's say if I'm present, I would have taken without. You see now, the H1 is giving me entry. I'm not even moving to checking what the 30 minutes is doing. Okay, with the 30 minutes, you have a zone over here. But with volume time, you can just stop at the H1 time frame because H1 is giving you an entry. You place your, so if you are using the H1, then your stop loss should be on the H1 too as well. But as I said, I don't trade during that. I don't have much experience on that time. So let's fast forward price to 6. So it has broken. If you were in volume time, I would have taken a sell. So we missed the trade. I hope you see it. Very simple. We missed the trade. You would have taken a sell over here, but the timing was very bad. So 6, so this is 6. Okay, so let's see if maybe during 6 a.m. when I am awake, I would have gotten an entry. Let's move to the 30-minute time frame. So the 30 minutes, okay, so with 30 minutes you would have gotten a sell over here. Yeah, you would have gotten a sell over here because see this candle closed below at 5:30. So 6 a.m. you would have gotten a trade. Okay, so with better confirmation, we can move to the M15 to see what's happened. Yeah, M15 doesn't look good, but we are going to stop on what we are going to base on what's the H1 time frame to take M30 time frame to take a trade over here. Targeting this will be our target. So at this point, so take note, if you are not going to what, you are not going to be there as price is doing this, you will be there and watching for price to come. Gold is like a tilapia. Gold is very sleepy. Okay, it's like it's very sleepy. So if price, so this move, it's not currencies that you will relax. Sometimes you need to be fast with your this thing. Some people will say unless price gets to my store before, this is 200. What pips is it? Is it 23 pips? This is 23 pips. Wow. When was that? 2023. Now 2025, this move will be like two this move will be like 200 pips. 2026. So pip value has now increased on gold. Yeah, so When price move like this, it's either I've gotten like 1 to 1. It's either I would take some position, okay, because price can move. You break even. You bring your stop to break even point for price. So target tap, price just tap our target. You see, it's very simple. Just know your directional bias. You look for an entry. That's very simple. So you've won one. So let's move to the next session. So what session is this? So currently this is New York session. So mostly lending session, if I get a trade, I'm not going to I'm not going to do this thing. Be present during the New York session. I'm just going to find something to do. Okay. It's either yeah, going to do other things. I'm not going to just be staying watching the chart again. The markets will rather take from you. Okay, so lending session, I've gotten a win. I'm out. Either I'm going to visit my business, going to check out what is happening. I'm out. I'm not watching chat anymore. So with this one, what time is this? Is 12 p.m. So if maybe you miss the lending session, how will you take advantage of the how will you take advantage of the New York session? So this one price has moved a lot. So if you come to the chart and price has moved a lot, what do you have to do? Who can tell me? If price has moved like this, what will you be expecting?
A buy.
Yeah, I know. What setup are you going to be expecting?
A retracement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'll wait for a retracement or a pullback. Yeah, so you either wait for price to pull back on a key level or price, the current candle itself gives you what? A resistance, then you take it. That's what I'll be waiting for. Or we have some rough zone over here. It's so either price break below, then you take advantage of the volume time. So let's fast forward price and see if so price has moved, no entry. Okay, don't feel for more. No entry. So still you are waiting for price to bounce back. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting. But so the pullback happened, but the nature of the pullback, I'm not interested. See how the candle. So yesterday, last time when I was during the training, the ongoing training, the bootcamp, what's happening? I told you about candle structure. Okay, I told you how candle trends. So if you watch how this candle has closed, this how this candle has moved, it has given you a long wick. Okay, I told you mostly we take advantage. If you want to take a sell, we take advantage of what? The lower wick. If you want to take a buy, we take advantage of what? We mostly wait for price to break the lower wick and the upper wicks. You get it? So the way this candle has closed, I mostly prefer because if you want to get a signal that well, if you want to get a clue that price is going to keep on moving down, it should do what? Break the low. You get it? But the way this candle closed, I'm not going to be interested in taking a trade unless maybe you move to the 50-minute time frame and see. Okay, so you see this one is similar to last time the training that the session, the New York session that we did. What did I tell you? I told you we are waiting for a retest, then we take a sell. So let's see if the 50-minute time frame will give a retest at a volume time. So the way this candle form too, I don't like it. So what I will do is what I will just still be waiting for a better setup. Even though I was expecting this pullback, as we all said, we are waiting for a pullback, but there was no confirmation. Notes you can sometimes majority of the time I have like 90% idea on where price is going to go, but the candle formation is not giving me the chance to what execute. So I just have to watch. So last Friday, everyone knows price is still bullish. But you see how last Friday how gold was moving. It was moving up and down, up and down. But later, I think around 12 p.m., I saw a better entry. But then I was out. I was out. I went to town because the whole of the week I've been sitting watching charts. So Friday I went out, but I was still monitoring market the gold price on my phone, and price gave a nice move. It was a breakout entry before the 12:30, but I didn't take it. So sometimes you can be having an idea on where price is going to go. From where price started during the lending session. I was still having an idea, but the entry wasn't there for me according to how I mostly take or execute trades. So that's how it sometimes works. So understand. So sometimes you'll be having an idea, but the confirmation won't be there. Okay, so what time is this? This is 2 p.m. So let's see if you can still have a pullback. So price is not moving smoothly. Okay, so I think what time is this? This is 3. By this time, volume will start dying. Okay. So price is creating another this thing over here. So if it breaks below, let's see if price can break below. So price has broken below, but the time in 4:30, I'm not executing any trade. Okay, because price has really trended. It's different from maybe if price has consolidated. But if price has trended, the chances that price will keep on moving down. So let's see if the H1 we have any rejection, or yeah, price is clean to H4. Yeah, price was clean. So the range is clean, but that time is not favorable. So I will not take the trade for TT. So I was expecting price to move down, but the timing is very bad. You get it. So take notes. Timing is plays a role when it comes to, it's not only about, sometimes you can know the setup, everything, but if you execute it at wrong timing, don't complain. Okay, so let's fast forward price. So far only one trade. You were trying to take advantage of the New York, but New York wasn't giving a clear. So this is one. Okay, so let's see. Maybe daily does. Okay, so the daily level still exists. Okay, so currently, so what's the trend? So you have to first of all, if you come to the market, you have to first of all determine your trend or the direction. Okay, so what's the direction? The direction is a downtrend. How did the candle close? Bearish. So pattern is what? Downtrend. Candle is a downtrend. So what are you going to be doing? You are going to be looking for a sell. Okay. So after knowing your direction, you plot out your zones where price can react on. So today you were supposed to do market pattern structure, but you postpone. Tomorrow you continue. So let's see. So it's the same thing with this one too. What you are going to be doing is what? Either a breakout or it's a pullback. So let's move to H1 time frame. This is 4. So let's fast forward price. So what time is it? 6. So at this point, so the pullback has happened at what? The H1 time frame. Okay. So there was a rejection over here. So let's move to M30. Okay. So can we be looking for a sell? Okay. So at this point, this is 6:30. Okay. With 6:30, should I wait? So this is the entry confirmation. Should I wait for price to break below, or I should take an impulsive trade when price break this resistance? This kind of entry, from experience, it mostly fails me. But should we give it a try, or you should wait for candle to break below? It mostly fails me. So I'm targeting this zone, and what if price gets to this zone, I'll break even and allow price to maybe get to the daily zone. So I'm just thinking, should I wait? Because considering we are having rejection, looking at how the candle, a lot of exhaustions, it means buyers are losing control with these zones, multiple zones over here. You know why I want to be impulsive? Because price can move very fast. So I'm thinking, should I wait for candle to close? 30 minutes will take time. So let's move to M15. M15 too is not looking clean, but this one has created this. It has given an indication that price can what keep on moving down. So let's fast forward the 15 minutes. Maybe you get a nice to take a sell. So you see why I'm saying we should wait for closure. So let's move to the M30. Because this kind of setup, okay. So price has given us the indication. Let me see M15. M15 candles are not looking good. Yeah. So at this point, I would take a sell. If price, what time is this? 7:30. We are in volume time. So if price break below, the chances of price getting to at least this small zone. So when price gets to this small zone, we will break even, bring our stop to break even point, and because the chances that when price gets to this level, it will pull back is very high. Okay, so when price break this one, I'll take a sell. If it breaks, I'll take a sell and manage the trade when price gets here. So this is a loss. I'll be in if price broke. So this is a loss. Okay. So we've taken one loss. Yeah, price, everything was perfect. But I see just price isn't moving our favor. That's fine. You manage risks, so that's fine. So let's move to how let's see how the H4 is doing. Let's see the H1. Yeah, so it's total failure. But everything was perfect. You get it? Everything about this trade was perfect. The candle closed bearish, pattern price was a downtrend. So sometimes, and let me say, so we have some conditions that I mostly take use to consider when taking a trade. Okay. You have some conditions that I mostly consider about how the candle closed. Okay. So I don't know whether the candle started with no wick, but I will just accept. Not, I'm not going to justify the loss. I'll just accept because sometimes I wait for candle to give the wick before I'll execute. But with this one, I'm going to accept it. I'm not going to bring that uh, conditions inside. So let's see. So we've taken a loss during the lending session. So let's see the New York session. So this is how the candle has closed at this point. This 5 is going to close as 9. So I mostly come 9, maybe around 12. I will target the volume time during the 12 p.m. What time is this? Let's fast forward price. Okay, what time is this? 10. So this trade is looking good for a buy. I don't know how the other time frame is looking. But the timing, I'm not present during that time. Okay. Let me see how the candle close. So this candle close bullish. Okay. So that's fine. That means if I see yes, this candle close bullish. Okay, what time? So 10 a.m. I'm not present. Okay. So maybe I'll be around 12 p.m. Okay. So what time is this? 12 p.m. But you need to know the direction of the market. Okay, you need to know the direction, how the candle close. So the candle close bullish. So the candle closed bullish before 1 p.m. I think after 1 p.m. that's when it closed bearish. So this is one. So 1 p.m. the candle closed bearish. Yeah. So this one closed bearish. So I don't know whether this daily zone is still existing. Yeah, so the level is still existing. Yeah, so the candle 1 p.m. candle has closed bearish. The pattern is still, you see it's a downtrend. So the first loss was just market just trying to what hunt us. So you see why I was saying if we depend on the M15, we wouldn't have the M30, we wouldn't have taken that loss. Okay. So you see, this was the M30. So the M30, the break wasn't clear, but I think it broke, but it wasn't all that clear. So if you depend on the M30, you didn't have. So this one when it comes to waiting for the higher time frame, this is why I'm also you this one can be this thing a signal for you that most of the time lower time frames gives a lot of fake out. So this is 12. Okay, so what I'm going to wait for is just price pullback or breakout. Then I'm going to take a sell because the direction time frame is what a bearish. So price is not giving me. So either price will break below this one. Mostly New York session price move very fast, so entry becomes very. Either price move a pullback over here, then I'll take a sell or a breakout. This thing is worrying. Oh, so the thing has moved without any confirmation. Price just moved very fast. You know one thing, I'm not even though you see the reason why I'm saying sometimes you'll be having that direction. Sometimes I have like 90 to 80% this thing, a clue on where price is going to go by the entries, because this is what daily zone. What's the chance that price is going to break? Very slim, very low. So don't put yourself in this position if you even though you know price is going to move down, but there was no confirmation. Don't force things. I won't execute because daily, this is what daily support, H4 support over here. A lot of this level doesn't look good, so I'm not going to execute. Even though I had the direction of a sell, but I'm not going to be executing. So at this point, what time is this? Time is way gone. So I can wait for a pullback. Price has broken. What time is this? So this one, there was no clean zone. So I'll just maybe call it a day and accept my loss. Okay. I'll just accept it. So let's move to the next time. So this is Wednesday. Let's move to H4. Let's look for. So even though we had a clue on where price is going to be going, but we didn't execute. Okay, we didn't get confirmation to execute a sell. So the direction is very important, and entry to is as well very important. Who is writing on the screen? Who is that? See the stupid things some people can do. Just enjoying free stuffs too. You are coming to mess up here. We can take a sell. It was a mistake, brother. Tompo. Tompo.
So, sir, I am a bit confused regarding how you locate these zones and how you're able to identify which one is the
Are you part
daily.
of the training?
Me?
Yeah, are you part of the ongoing training?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I will teach you. We have not gotten
Okay,
there
okay,
yet.
okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah, we've not gotten there yet. And it comes with practice too. See the way I'm executing this easily and drawing them easily. I've studied it for long. So if I teach you, you need to also practice for a very long time. So you will study support and resistance, how to identify valid and invalid levels. You will talk about it. So don't worry. Yeah, so let's try to fast forward price. What time is this? This is 1. So you see, the H4 candle looks like it's close with no wick. So this day will be very tough. The candle closed with no wick. But let's see if you can get opportunities. So the directional time frame is what? Still bearish because price is making lower lows and lower highs. The previous candle closed bearish. So you have to look for a sell. So it's either we wait for what a pullback or what a breakout with what clean zones to our left. Very simple. That's what I always do. So a lot of rejections over here. A lot of rejections. The price will find it very difficult at the H1 time frame to break below. So let's see if you move to the lower time frame, price can pull back. If you can get a pullback maybe to this side and we take a sell at 4:30, so you still have more time. So you are looking for a sell. So 6. So I'm still not trading because what I'm seeing doesn't conform with what I mostly look for. So price is still in a range. I'm not going to touch the zones. So you see, it got rejected on the levels. So don't put yourself in this situation. Sometimes you might be lucky and price will move in your favor. But you need to make sure you need to make sure you are avoiding such market condition. It's sometimes painful. You will know the direction. So you see, during learning session, you said you are looking for sell. Price moved a bit, but a lot of rejections. So I couldn't take advantage. Please, a moment. Yeah, so that means lending session, you are not going to get a trade. Let's see the H1 time frame. So lending session, there was no trade. Let's fast forward price. Okay. This is 8:30. So the directional time frame is what? The directional bias is a sell. So you see, I told you people that the way the candle close with no wick at H4 time frame, the day might be difficult. So you see, it's range. Okay. There was a lot of ranges, but it's M15 time frame around six. This thing, yeah, a lot of ranges. I wouldn't be taking any sell because the zones are kind of. I won't put myself in such situation. So this is how the candle closed. You see, it got rejected on the levels and price bounced back. So at this point, during the New York session, you're going to be looking for what? A buy. Okay, because prices has now shifted trend towards an uptrend. The candle closed bearish, so I'm going to be looking for a buy. But what time did this candle close? This 5, so it's going to close at 9. So from 12, you can be looking for what? So let's see how the level is going to be like H1. Yeah, so you can be if so either you take breakouts or price pulling back. Yeah, so I'm not getting, so I will call it a session. Okay, we are 9 a.m. No better setup. Yeah, so price has given us, you have gotten a support over here. Okay, what time is this? 10. I will not be available during that time because during that time I've studied the market. During that time it becomes slow, so it's going to accumulate volume towards what? The New York Stock Exchange session. So I won't be present during that time. So even though buy can happen, but I'm not present. So I'll be present during 12, 11. So I'm looking for a buy. What time is this? 12, 12:30. So you see how long the candle is. I'm very sure there was a news. So this is 12:30. So let's check how the H4 candle is going to close. So 9, this candle is going to close at 1. So it's going to close what? Bearish. So now our bias has changed from what? It has changed from a sell to what? Sorry, a buy to a sell. So these are the new levels. Let's move to H1. So a lot of ranges. Prices in a range. So let me check left. It doesn't look clean at all. Price doesn't look clean at all. So let's see how the candle has closed. So maybe if you can get a pullback, if you get a pullback, that means this levels has been invalidated. Okay, can you get a resistance for a sell? Yeah, so the resistance you are looking for has been formed. Okay, so this level now becomes invalid. But you see, we have a lot of rejections. This is H4, a lot of rejections. So I won't be interested in the, let me see M15. A lot of rejections. So the sell, this like this, I'll just watch. So you see how important. You see, the day has range. Price is not making any massive move. Lows and highs and low equal highs. So what do you call this market condition? Who can tell me what do you call this market condition?
Con- Ranging market or consolidation.
It's a ranging market or consolidation. So why do you want to? So you see, when it comes to this type of market condition, those who get trapped are those who look for trades on M5 time frames. Those are the people that are going to get trapped. You get it? Those are the people that are going to get trapped. I'm not saying the lower time frame doesn't work. It works, but it doesn't work good for me. So what time is this? So at this point, that means that the day, within that day, we are not going to be getting a trade. Okay, we are not going to be getting a trade because you didn't get any correct setup. Can you get a breakout? So you just move down. So I'll just call it a day because the day was, see, back and forth. No better trade. So let's move to the next day. So Thursday, let's move to Friday. Let's clean everything. Let's move to Friday. So Friday. So it's still in the range at H4 time frame. Price is still ranging. So at this point, you don't even see the clear direction of the market. It's still a downtrend. So these are the various levels. Let's move to H1 time frame. So we are still going to be looking for a sell. Let's fast forward price. We are still going to be looking for a sell. Let me move to M30. Let's see. Let's see the H1 time frame. So this is, I said we are going to be looking for a sell. So this one has created a resistance. So let's see M30. M32. Well, what time is this? 5:30. So what's the range? Because price has created resistance. But one thing is what? The trend at this time frame is what? A bullish trend. That's what I'm considering. Okay, so H1 is what? A berry. So if H1 is going to give me that support, H1 is a bullish trend. H1 is a bullish trend. Six a.m. So at this point, you see, I'll just be thinking, should I? Because the thing is, I'm not interested in how the trend is. I'm not interested in how the trend is. 5:30, so 6. So if you get a break below this one, price break below this one, because this one has created a resistance, the trend is what? A downtrend, but the range is very small. Ooh, 19 pips. Stop loss 15 pips. So I'm not interested in this trade. I'm not interested in this trade because how the price trended, the trend is a bullish trend. It's just making a pullback. So price has just created resistance over here. So if price take the low over here, I might consider a sell. Okay, place my stop loss over here. So this point will be maybe break even over here. So that's when price has broken below. So you need to give a breathing space so that you don't get fake out. So you see, took the risks. Took the risks. So it's played out. Okay, it's played out. It's all from what the directional time frame. So it's played out, and during volume time too as well. The reason I took the risks, even though the trend is what a downtrend. So one thing is what price broke below this zone. You get it? Price broke below this one. So I was considering what a pullback. Okay. Mostly if the directional time frame is what a downtrend, what I mostly prefer is what I want to see if I want to take a pullback, maybe price doing this, something like this. You get it? With that one, the trend is what a downtrend, and I'll take the continuation over here. But with this one, if it happens like this, like if it happens like this, web. I'm not trying to depict web. If it happens like this, if it happens like this, so this is what is happening. Price has done this, broken the low, change the trend, but it has closed below. So this is what some people will call it. What do you call it? Those who trade the SMCs and those things, they call it. Forgotten the name they used to call it. Liquidity grab also. Price has taken liquidity. Nah, investor didn't show that. New term they call it liquidity. Price has taken liquidity. That's what they mostly call it. So I just price action and structure. That's what I'm used to. So all strategy works, but it depends on the person using it. So I'm not going to condemn any strategy. It all works. It depends on your experience and how you are going to stick with it and make sure you are going to gain a lot of experience on it. But when some people use one system and it fails, they don't have that time to refine. So me like this, when I lose a trade, why did I even know that this M15 time frame does not give me more profitability because of what the number of times I've traded it. But some people will just so I just have to switch, concentrate more on the 30 minutes because M15, M5 mostly fake outs. So you see, so don't be switching strategies like you change your Pepsodent or your toothbrush. So you've gotten one win. So let's see how the lending session close. So if you are a beginner, if I were you and I'm a beginner, a lot of people mostly one thing I've noticed, a lot of people want the success. They just admire the success. Trading, those people show those people you see them showing you those things, bro. A lot of hard work goes into this thing, oh. But people mostly, the moment they see, oh, I made it from trading, they think like it's easy, bro. The hardest digital skill is trading. You can learn digital marketing in just you can learn digital marketing in just within a month. Month is even more. Gaining experience, everything you can learn it a month. You can learn what again? Graphic designs within some few this thing. But trading to break you. So don't be fooled, but the reward is big. That's why the reward is big. You get it? Don't be fooled that trading is easy. It is difficult. It needs hard work. If you are lazy, you can't be profitable trader. If you are lazy and you are someone who wants instant success, it's not for you. That's what you need to understand. But the reward is big. The reward is sweet. Yeah. It will break you. You will get depressed. You get frustrated. but it's all part of the journey. You learn. I've not a lot of people have even stopped showing up because Charlie, they just realized I did with the I'm a lie. Because he was thinking, oh, this person posted I bought a new car, so it is easy. Bro, it's not easy. The person has worked hard, but you don't see. For me, the kind of work I do, you don't see. You just see me showing up. Maybe let's do live testing, live session, let's do back test. But behind the scenes, what I do, you don't see, right? Yeah. So that's what you have to know. Behind the scenes, people don't show you when they are working. They don't show you. They show you maybe what they've been able to acquire, but the work they do behind the scene you don't see. So you need to understand that in everything, every field of study or in every area of life, if you want to achieve success, it comes with a lot of work. A lot of people too are still stagnant in their current situation position because that short-term mindset is the reason they are not success. I started trading with a lot of people, and tell me where are those people? Last was it last week? I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was telling him, bro, now whatever I've been able to achieve is coming from trading. He said, I know. And I told him, I started this thing with you, but where is he? He stopped. He stopped. You get, they don't have that patience to wait. So don't envy anyone's success. If someone is succeeding, someone will say, oh, this guy sell courses. And bro, what's the value giving it to you has taken me 7 years of depression, frustration. And you think I have to teach you for free? You get this. So don't say the person is selling courses. If you can do it, you can also start selling courses. If you can do it, you can also do start selling courses. If you believe in yourself, you can also do it. So it's not easy. You get it. It's not easy. So forget about be focused and be, be focused and focus on something. Focus on something. Be good at that thing. That is how you build success. That's why people will pay you for your service. And but if you start this thing, you stop. Tomorrow you are doing this. Tomorrow this thing is not for you, and later you say, "Charlie, life is lashing me." If you are good at something, very very good at, even if you are good at graphic design, someone will pay you for your service. If you are good at something, someone will pay you. You get it. So master something. If you want to master trading, dedicate life, follow someone who is consistent, someone who is show ups every day, follow the person's footsteps, path, learn from the person. You get it, from the person, and you can just based on that to also establish yourself or also try to do your own thing. You get it. Be focused. 2026. Be focused. Don't do a lot. Okay, don't do a lot. Be focused. Tell yourself, I'm going to, in the next like maybe 5 years of my life, this is what I'm going to master. Do it every single day. From I started trading. I got exposed 2018, late 20, let's say 2019. Then I was at the university, so lectures. I wasn't, even though I was active then, lectures and those things. I wasn't. I was active because when I vacate, when I come to the house, I put in a lot of work into this. But from 2020, when I completed the university, I've been active. There was no single day I've not showed up. You get it? There was no single day I've not showed up. I've been, whether win or I don't care. I've developed a mindset that I'm not in for instant success. I'm in for the skill. Because my first mentor told me the skill is the most important thing. He told me that even if you don't have money, focus on the skill, learn the skill, and the skill is going to be what's paying you. You get it? So I wasn't paying attention to, sometimes I'm not even having money for data, but I would love to tell my friends to send me money to buy data and learn. I don't care. You get it? So tell yourself you are going to master a skill. 2026. Don't be jumping from one thing to another. Tell yourself, I'm going to master a skill. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be frustrating, especially if you want to maybe be a content creator. Sometimes you will do, if you listen to these people, they will tell you, I was not even getting views. People were not even watching me. But now you get, if you watch this young guy who came, he was touring Africa. The guy, if you listen to some of his stories, tell you it wasn't easy. His mom wasn't even accepting what he was doing, but he kept on. You get it? So it's not going to be easy. Have it in mind. Oh, I'm going to dedicate the rest of my life since someone has been able to do it and it's working. The person has been able to do it and successful. I'm also having the same blood in me. What I have to get is what? Take my mind from the money and master this thing. Okay. A lot of people have that money mindset. That's why you stop, stop, stop. Have something doing. Take this one as a hobby. Take this one as a like trying to learn the skill, having the skill. If you have skill, money is secondary. Yeah, so let's fast forward the New York session. So we got one trade during the lending session. That's all we took. So let's see the New York session. So this is 5. So this candle is going to close at 9. So we have a rejection over here. We have a rejection over here. So this candle is going to close at 9. So we mostly target the New York Stock Exchange session. So let's fast forward price and see. Okay, this is lending 7 p.m. So that means we can be. Let me see how the candle is going to close. What time is this? 5. Okay, so this is lend. Okay, we've already taken the trade. Okay, so this is the trade, the sell we took over here. So let's fast forward to lending and EX session. So by then, when I get a trade on the lending session, I'm off. What time is this? 11. Okay, so the pullback was massive. So this is a new candle. Okay, this is not a normal candle. This is a new candle. So you see how price wicked. Okay, this is a news candle. So let's see how this is 12:30. Let's see how the time the candle is going to. It's close at what? A bullish candle. It has shifted trend to. So you are going to be looking for a buy. Price has closed above. So this is price has closed above. We have a clean zones to our left. So let's at this point we can't take a buy because of how the candle closed. We can't take a buy. Okay, but we yeah. So what you would do is what wait for a pullback and you go in for a buy.
Coach,
Yes, sir.
uh, when you say we can't take the trade because of how the candle
I
closed,
I can't
can
take it.
you can you elaborate a bit on how it closed? Is it because of the shadow, the shadow above?
Are you part of the training?
Yes, please.
Okay, so last time I explained candle structure. So I said if you want to get a clue on where price is going to go next, you should break the high of the candle. By looking at the extent, how the candle has extended, you see how the candle has extended. Taking
Yeah.
a trade over here, you need to what where you need to consider where you are going to place your stop loss. If you take a buy over here, where to place your stop loss is going to be very so unless maybe you move to the lower time frame. Okay. So what time is this? Unless so what I'm trying to say is what? Anytime you take a trade, you need to consider safer level. Safer level is the level where you are going to place your stop loss. Okay, safer level is the level you are going to place your stop loss. So when I take a buy over here, where should I place my stop? The next zone to place my stop loss is where? This level. This is the next zone. You get it. So
And
it's wide. Okay. It's so you can take the risk, but you have taken a trade. When you take it over here, you need to consider the zone. Maybe the zone is over here, your target is over here. Price has gotten to the middle of the zone that you are targeting, to your target point. Price is close to your target point. So when you take the trade, it's not going to keep long and price will get to your target.
but it has pulled back. Are you
So
not
that's so yeah. So
taking
now
the
that
trade?
now that I'm you see those times I was just watching the 30 minutes. So at this point, that is when I'm going to what be looking at if M15 will give me an entry. Okay. So maybe if you get a bullish candle because the timing is volume time. So if you get a bullish candle above this level, okay, we can be considering a buy. Price moved a lot, so I will not be taking the buy. Price has moved a lot. If you take a buy, let me see the next stop loss. The next target. So maybe this point will be the target. But we have like looking like consolidation. So this is where the thinking comes in. So you see the reason why I always say algorithm can be giving you more this thing. You see, trading you need to think to decide is it good to take a trade. So I've already taken a win during the lending session. So this trade we are in volume time, price has broken. So let's see. Price can go because the time of the day as it has broken, it can get to the next rejectional level. 50 minutes rejection over here. So this time is what 3. So I think after the news, price decided to consolidate. So it was just making back and forth. So when it happens like that, what time is this? 3. Maybe after price comes to my break even, I will not be holding. I don't hold trades longer like that. Okay, so maybe after price comes to profits, I'll just break even or maybe close the trade because the time that so this one has even entered Asian session. So I will just maybe close the trade. After price broke above this one, I'll not be waiting for the pullback or just exist the trade. Yeah. So at this point, is anyone having a question? You've done a lot. Let's do the chart breakdown for what you are going to be expecting next week. Any question? I hope you've learned something that's going to help you for the upcoming week. Any question before you do the weekly market outlook?
Coach,
Okay.
coach.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please, will you be doing something like this in the future, or this the
The future.
yeah? I mean, this has been helpful, so I don't know if you keep doing it, or this is the last or something
I've been doing it. Oh. For how long have you joined the group?
like this.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, will you put this recorded video for review?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll
All
put
right,
it. Yeah,
all right.
I'll put it out there. Any question again before you do that? It has been helpful, eh? So
Yeah,
we
helpful.
had we had 2 wins and 1 loss. So at the end you'll be profitable. Any question
How
again?
how long do you hold your trade?
So when it comes to how long I hold a trade, it depends on the target. So I have a target. If price gets to the target, I'm out. So I don't like, oh, maybe I'm just going to close the trade now. I wait for price to get to the target. I don't, and mostly, and when it comes to gold, it moves to the target very fast. If it's slowing down, then I know maybe there was something. Price is either going to pull back huge, so I will either try to back off. Okay. So if you are here, you need to try to take advantage of this thing because this ones, most people won't be doing it because it's a premium. They mostly do it for their premium members, but this one I'm doing it for free for everyone. Any question? Okay, so let's see what we are going to last week. What I predicted, what I talk about on what I'll be expecting if the market opens played out perfectly. So let's see this week to what's going to happen on gold. Yeah, so when you look at the monthly time frame, this is crazy. So this is the monthly chart. So if you watch this one, price keeps on moving up. Price keeps on moving up. So looking at the weekly time frame, this is how it's looking like. So this is how last week price closed. So you see, but back and forth so tells you that last week price was kind of consolidating. So we have a rejection level at the weekly time frame. And seeing how the candle closed last week, it closed a strong what bullish candle. Looking at this week, sellers have lost control, buyers took over. So it's having more buying pressure. Okay. So the chances that price will keep on moving up is very high. So this is what I've been observing this thing, and I've noticed that most often when market opens, gold mostly moves keep on moving up. So let's see. So the daily time frame. So this is how the weekly is looking like. This is how the weekly. So price came and tapped the trend line. So maybe we can still keep on. You can be getting an uptrend
Good.
because of how the candle has closed. Yes, sir.
The class we had the other time, you can see that this candle has broken below the previous low,
Yeah.
but it couldn't break the previous high.
Yeah.
So, is it safe to look for a buy in this case?
So let's say if this is our directional time frame, when I see something like this, okay, when I see something like the way the candle close, I'll be looking for I'll be looking for a buy. And at the same time, if a sell presents itself, I'll be looking for, because now the previous low has been taken. So it gives you an indication that what sellers have taken over. But the way the candle is closing, if it's a closed candle, okay, if it is a closed candle, then I'll be looking for a sell too. But if it's an ongoing candle, then I have to wait for the candle to settle down. But the previous low has been taken. So the candle took the previous low, you see it got straight to the next support level. It goes straight to the next support level. But with this one, the way the candle has closed, the chances that price will keep on moving up, because this is what a rejection candle. Mostly rejection candles are the candles that maybe price give a long wick on a support or a resistance level. We call them rejection because it's rejecting the trend. Okay, it's a rejection candle. So the chances that price will keep on moving high, the way, looking at the way the candle close, the chances that price will keep on moving high, yeah, is very, very high, or it's possible. It's having a high probability that price will keep on moving high to fill this wick over here. Looking at the weekly structure, you get it. But we have a rejection level over here. So if price decide to take the previous candle high, the chances that this wick of 404,891 will get filled is very high. So we can keep on having a bullish moves on gold next week. But let's hope this week wasn't. Last week was kind of, price wasn't moving smoothly, especially during the lending session. So let's see, maybe if you'll be getting some moves. So the daily time frame, these are the days. So the daily two has closed strong bullish. Okay. So at this point, we have a lot of rejection. So with this one, we call it no trade zone. Okay. So, but if you move to the lower time frame, it can be a tradable zone. So let's move to the H4 time frame. See H4, we have clean. It looks clean, and the zone two looks big. So when you break it down, almost 797. Yeah, 797 pips. Yeah. So the H4 time frame, which is our directional time frame, look bullish. Okay, it looks bullish. So we can be looking for a buy. You can be when market opens, the chances that yeah, so you have this level over here. Price can price will move up. Last Friday I wanted to buy and hold. You have like 155 pips. The chance that price will fail this week is very high because it's giving like a strong bullish indication or signal. Okay, it's giving a strong. Okay, we have H4 rejection over here, but the chances that price will keep on moving up is very high. Yeah. So I'm expecting when markets open, I'm expecting price to keep on moving up, fill this zone. So when price gets to this level, then decision will be taken. So by the time maybe lending session tomorrow, I'll get to know if price has broken. Okay. You'll get to know if price has broken. So Monday morning, try to don't rush the market. Okay. Now price is settling down. Okay. So yeah. So no rush. All
Coach,
right. Yes, sir.
you demarcated a zone to be a non-tradable zone. What makes that zone not tradable?
What makes a zone non-tradable is when you see a lot of rejection with no bigger zones. Okay, so this zone will be non-tradable zones when maybe we have rejection, a lot of rejections within this one. Because the zones are very small and the pip range is very low, it's not a tradable zone. Okay. With this one, if you enter a trade, the chance that price will get rejected over here is very high. The chance that price will get rejected is very high. The support and resistance doesn't form like just randomly. It forms based on historic data. So this is a historic data. Okay. So that's why we had this price came back again before it gathered momentum before taking off. Okay. So price mostly gather momentum before it will take off. So the non-tradable zone is when price what we have a lot of zones and the pip range is what when you talk about pip range, like measuring the pips within the range is very small. The pip range is very small. It becomes non-tradable zone. Have you understood it?
Somehow, does it happen on only the higher time frame, or it can happen on the lower
Now
time
it
frames?
it happens on the time frame. Maybe one thing you need to understand is if you are taking trades, the zones, 30-minute zones, price mostly pay attention to them. Each one price pay. So I indicate them all. So if I notice that after indicating all those zones, I notice that the zones are not big. Okay. You non-tradable zones is when the zones is not big. When the zones are not big, or when the zone is not big. Okay. So with this
Uh,
one, it's a tradable zone because comparing your stop loss, where you are going to place your stop loss to where you are targeting, it makes sense. You get it. Where you are targeting makes sense. So you can be trading within this zone. Okay, so you need to understand the pip range and the time you are into as well. So you see when you're doing the back testing, I ignored some trades because of what? The zones. So if the zones are very small, I will not put myself in such position. That's how I trade.
okay.
Yeah, so with time you will get it.
All
So
right.
because I've come to realize that price mostly gets rejected on those zones. Okay, price mostly gets so maybe if I'm taking a sell over here, if price gets here, the chances that I will try to protect myself is very high. I'll protect myself is very high. Then I'll allow price to when I protect myself, meaning bringing my stop loss to entry level. Then I'll allow price to if it happens, it come back again because the chance that when price gets to the next zone, it's going to make a deep pullback is very the deep pullback is very high before it will take off. All right. Any question again? Yeah. So our time is up. Guys, so those in the boot camp, we are going to be meeting tomorrow, same time. Okay. So see you all tomorrow. Trade safe. Have a profitable week. To those who are trading live account, those who are trading, actively trading, be patient and make sure you have a trading constitution. Trade safe, everyone. Bye bye to everyone.